Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve 2022,
Yay.
2023. Here we go.
Well, my wish is for all of you to have the best 2023. Because I know 2022 has been a tough times, right? Tough times. Welcome to Awesome Live 101 Live.
Today, we're going to be talking about putting your plan into action. So, if you were not here for last week's live, you haven't caught the replay yet, I highly recommend you do that later. This will make a little bit more sense. But basically, imagine you have your whole life vision all clear, and you have your whole plan planned out just the way I showed in last week's live. And now, why wouldn't you just take the action, right? Like, your dream life is on the other side of taking that action. So why don't we do it? And
It's hard.
It's hard. I'm right there with you. This is the hardest part. Although sometimes we're not taking the action because we're not really sure that we want that dream life, or that we deserve that dream life, or we're not sure, we're not certain that our plan is going to get us there, right? So we don't really have the habits of self-discipline to make our bodies do the things that our minds and souls want them to do, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the part that we're really going to focus on today, is how do you get your body to do the things that you want it to do? How do you get yourself disciplined?
Get away off a distraction.
We're going to talk about all the tips. Don't go too fast.
Okay.
Right?
I
But
try not to.
Think about, like, you're harnessing a horse, your body is like a wild horse, and it just does what it wants to do. It eats what it wants to eat. It watches what it wants to watch, right? And we're going to discipline it and train it. But if you've put into place all the tips that Tovy and I have to share with you today, and you're still finding it such a struggle to have the self-discipline, maybe you want to go back and see what limiting beliefs are holding you back from believing that you deserve the vision. Or maybe your plan is not specific and clear enough, right? So if your plan, for example, is to eat more protein and you don't find yourself doing it, maybe you haven't made a list of protein-rich foods that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you haven't specified how many grams per meal and how to measure that, right? So sometimes if my plan is uncertain or unclear, then I find it harder, right? It takes too much cognitive load, too much thinking to make myself do it. It's way easier to just fall back into whatever's easiest, right?
Yeah, I mean, we naturally want to do things nice and easy, and it doesn't take too much effort to do so, right? That's why we tend to have our brightest dream, our biggest dream, staying behind always, because we're trying to do the one that's easy one that it doesn't give us too much a headache, right?
So you've talked about two of our really important keys already.
Yeah.
One is making the thing you want to do the easiest thing, right? Because, for example, if getting that protein, in my example, if getting that protein is harder work than getting junk food, getting some chips out of the cupboard, right? If I want protein, that means I'm going to have to go cook a chicken breast. That's a lot harder work than just grabbing something. So you want to make the protein option just as easy. So that means meal prep, or even, sometimes I buy cooked chicken and just have it in the fridge so it's easy to grab if I don't have time to meal prep, because I'm not going to sacrifice what's the real vision, you know?
Yeah.
So if it's writing an email, give yourself a template, right? Look up examples, whatever the action is that you want to be taking on a regular basis, make it easier for yourself, right?
Yeah. I mean, action is the most important, right? You can have a plan, you can have a dreams, but if you don't put it to action, it's just a dream.
Right.
It will not come to reality. But the good thing is like every dream can come to reality. And that's one thing I start to notice, mm, in people, right? In people's dreams. So many people has a dream that came to reality. And why not you? Why not me? All right? Why
Yeah.
not you? All right? We all have own dreams, and I think that the reason what the one people their dream you can see it and the other you cannot see it is because one they have that dream, has that vision, make that plan, and take it to action, right? But some don't do that, and they just do opposite. It has that dream, it has the vision, has the plan, has all planned it, all right, but is waiting for the right moment, you know, and that is not the right moment. That's
Right.
not the right moment. The only right moment is when you take the action.
Right.
And any day, any time, any hours in your life, it can be the right moment to take the action of on your plans.
And within when I was in my real estate career and also in this, online marketing business, the expression like get your reps in is really prevalent. Like just take the action over and over and over and over and over again, and you will get better and it will get easier. Rather than trying to like make sure it's perfect first. So I don't know if you guys caught, I was doing a 90-day video challenge, and it's like just do it every day, no matter how good or bad it is. Just get in the habit of doing a thing. And that's how to practice discipline. Same thing with going to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? The more days that you just get up and go, the easier it gets.
I mean, it's the same in what we're doing right now with this live event right now, right? It's actually today's special day because today is basically 1 year since
I think it's still only 11 months, but you
11
guys can
months.
Go back and see those first ones. We were
started in
so
January.
nervous.
We started in January.
Yeah.
All right. So our first 6 months on the state, it's hard. We like, should we go live? We already promised them we're gonna go. Oh, let's stay in bed a little bit more.
Can you do it?
Can you do it?
You do it.
Please, can you do it? But we were so terrified about doing this live, because it wasn't something we used to do.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't something we used to do, and for us, it's like, why are we doing this? Why we choose this thing to do? All right, but now it's like it's getting easier. It's getting easier, and I can't wait when it's like another year, another 2 years. How natural we will be, in front of the camera or on the radio station or all the other stuff that we are creating right now. um, it's just amazing how when you get to the limit where you are, and then you kind of get frustrated, you don't want to grow a little bit more because you feel like intimidating about new new stuff. But then the moment that you learn some new stuff, and it's just amazing because we just gonna keep on going. And but you have put your plan to action. We had a vision, we have this vision, and we wanted to, we made a plan, all this plan to create this thing. But but we were slowing down ourselves because we were putting to action. We weren't putting to action because it's hard, and we were like, we don't want to. We're like, come on, let's skip this one. Let's just send a text to change a date. But you know what? Action is the only way to succeed, whatever you want to do.
So for those of you just joining, thank you. And we've already talked about some tips for putting your plan into action. Number one, make it easier. Number 2, get your reps in. Just do it, no matter, how good or how bad. Next one, number 3, is break your goals into small, attainable steps. So sometimes, like, I have this one thing on my to-do list, which is to create a 30-day email campaign. Guess how often that gets done? Never, right? I keep moving it because, like, creating a 30-day email campaign is not something I can really imagine getting done in one task. So what I need to do is, after this call, break it down into how many emails can I get done a day. And then I could put that on my calendar, my to-do list, as like create emails 1 through 5, create emails through 6 through 10, right? Something that I really believe I could get done if I sat still and worked on it. Because getting 30 emails done at one time isn't going to happen.
I mean, if you put a timer on that, say, yeah, in the next 48 hours, I want to do 3 emails. All right. So now the 48 hours, all you got to do is that 3 email. So you actually, your mind,
deadline.
your
Give
deadline.
yourself a deadline. That's another
The
great
mo-
one.
Actually, the moment that you give yourself a deadline, your brain starts to, function differently. Of course, now your brain is functioning about creating the specific email or whatever you want to create, and it has a timeline.
Yeah.
And your brain, when it has a timeline, your brain is working harder.
Yeah.
Okay, because your brain knows that the timeline is very, very important.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
So that's why you just go, you have the timeline, because after the time is taken. All right. It has this satisfaction in your brain that gives to your brain. It's like having some kind of stuff in it, some
drug or something like that gets the adrenaline pumping, the pressure.
The pressure, because you just feel so good, but you did that 3 emails in 48 hours, and you did it, you made it happen, and it's so rewarding.
So the next one that goes well along with this example is ask for the help you need. And also ask for accountability. So especially if you're able to set yourself a deadline, okay, I'm going to have these 3 emails done in 48 hours. Is there someone who cares enough about you that you could say, like, hey, in 48 hours, can you check and see if I've done this thing? Right? So that can help you to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
And asking for help, that's the biggest lesson that I learned in 2022 is leaning on community, reaching out when I'm stuck, just saying like, hey, I'm going to work on these emails. Do you want to join me? Because I have my network of other entrepreneurs who are all writing emails, so teaming up is way, way fun.
Yeah, it's something that's so I learned, to ask for help for somebody other than Melanie, usually. Only I ask for help. It's my ego thing. I don't even ask for help from my own parents. Ask for help, because there's a lot of people out there who really want to help. But you gotta know which one to help. That actually really want to help, right? It's not everybody actually want to be involved in your things and help you out.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own stuff, right? But that's why you want to join the community that has a support for whatever you want to create. Right? That's what is going to make it easier to ask for help that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't believe we haven't gotten to this one yet, but creating a tight schedule. All the greats do it. Have a very tight schedule. I have a mentor, a writer that I follow, who he gets up at like 1 o'clock every afternoon. So I'm not saying that you have to, stick to that like 4 a.m. wake up tight schedule like that. But when he wakes up at 1 a.m., he knows what he needs to get done in the day. Right. And he goes to bed late. He works in the night. That's his circadian rhythm. I'm asleep before 10 p.m. every night. We wake up at 4:30 every morning and hit the gym, and we have our day like scheduled out, when we work, when we eat.
Yeah.
It just really, you're creating a container. That structure actually provides you freedom and the ability to be more productive,
True. That's so
right?
true. Yeah.
Um, and when things get added to our calendars, we know where they're going to fit and what we need to move around. We're not just at the whim. We're not like a leaf or a snowflake just floating on the breeze, right?
Yeah.
We're the masters of our own calendar.
Yeah, because we create a plan and then we just need to do the action, and every action will start in their own time. But we got to make sure we did the action.
The next thing that we are going to talk about is removing distractions. But also, you don't even know what a distraction is if you're not really sure what task you're on. So having that schedule, and then for me, I have my to-do list. And sometimes if my to-do list says like, go and post something on Facebook, as soon as I get to Facebook and I see someone's cute baby, and then I see something else and I see something else, I forget what I was on Facebook for. And so then I go back to my list, my to-do list, and look, what task am I on right now? Yes, I'm posting about the event. Okay. And I go back to Facebook, and it doesn't matter if I do get distracted again, I know what task I'm on, so I can get right back to it. And I don't punish myself or beat myself up. Just get right back to action.
What I do to
Stay
focused, my phone number one is on silence.
Yeah,
all time,
day.
all day, and my notifications also is off.
Well, we have it set so that if the kids' schools call,
yeah,
we can answer it, but
yeah,
anything
kids.
else, it doesn't come through.
Yeah, it doesn't come through. And sometimes actually I see people sending me a message, and I already see in the afternoon or in the middle of the night. I check it out. But the reality is like, if I have all the notifications on, I have my phone on, I will not be able to work, because I have to answer all notification. I have to answer all the phone calls. It's not because I don't want to answer people or talk to people or stuff like that, but it's because I need to be focused.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I need to be focused, and I got important things to do.
Well, and then
it's not like people start calling me. It's not important to me. They are important to me, but at the moment I need to be focused on what I'm doing. All right.
And a lot of those calls are.
And yeah, a lot of calls not even actually
right.
Junk,
most of it is distraction. Most of it is people asking for donations.
Yeah.
But then you have in your schedule, you work hard, you're very focused, and then when you like kind of lift your head up, check your phone, get a snack, go to the bathroom, everything else, and you kind of like refresh your brain.
Checking your own time.
And then you come back and you focus again.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's the next one, which is take breaks. Know your limits. But it's just like cardio or weight training or anything else. It's like you want to expand your ability to focus for a longer period of time and to go deeper. And then, you're like, okay, today I worked for 20 minutes in a row, focused hard on this task. And then I took a break. And then I come back and, maybe next week it's 25 minutes. And maybe the next month it's 30 minutes. So you're like expanding your ability to stay focused on one task and output. But if you don't focus on being focused, you're not even aware of how often you're just bouncing from one thing to another thing.
I mean, just right now to think back, how when I first started working from home, I was like I had so much time in that I haven't knew I had, because all day I was like looking for stuff to do, even that I know what I need to do, but I was procrastinating. I was like all over the place. I start to paint the house. I start cleaning the garage. I started doing stuff. I was like all over the place because I had so much time that I don't used to had to do my own stuff around the house or to my own self. And I didn't know what to do with myself. And things like I have a melody that she's always making plans and stuff. So she started creating plans and so okay, what do you want to do today? Okay, just put on the paper, and every time when you finish something, just cut it out and look for the next one. And she's trying to teach me don't go all over the place, but I was going all over the place because I didn't know what to do with my own time because all my life, my time was given to somebody else. They already go to work and do what the boss tell you to do. Right? So I never knew what to stay at home and
How
do
to
your own
discipline
work and
yourself.
discipline my own self. It's tough, man. It's tough to change.
Well, and
It's tough to change. Man.
yes,
It's
it's so hard, but especially when it's a task that feels uncomfortable,
uh-huh.
it's out of your comfort zone. And so it's even more, once you start to pay attention to it, you notice that, like, that's when you pull away and you're like, oh, I need a snack, I need to go to the bathroom, whatever. Okay, go do that.
Yeah.
But then you're like pulling yourself back, right?
Yeah.
And so, one thing that when we start to generate that kind of frantic or negative or stressed out energy, we're really good about taking a break, go and meditate, go for a walk, but you've got to be mindful that it's something that's really clearing your energy. Because just going, and sitting and scrolling through your phone or watching something on TV, it actually can stir up more of that stress. So you want to like actually reduce the stress, let it go, and then you can come back fresh.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's, finding something that really energizes you, being aware. I have one client who in the afternoon goes for a walk around 3 p.m. because that's when like the energy dip. And so it's like we talked about, well, what could you do? Because you don't want to take caffeine that late in the afternoon, right? Because that can disrupt your sleep. So going for a walk in the afternoon gets you re-energized, and you can have a whole nother burst of productivity.
Yeah, that's so true.
So I don't know if you guys know Jack Canfield. He's kind of a leader in the whole personal development world. And he said successful people maintain a positive focus no matter what is going on, around them. They stay focused on their successes rather than their failures, and on the next action steps they need to take to get them closer to the fulfillment of their goals, rather than all the other distractions that life presents to them. So I have 3 more things I want to talk about. One is that idea of celebrating every win, being aware, and really celebrating it, taking time, to just say woohoo or give someone a call and be like, I got that email done. Even checking it off the list can be a moment of celebration. And each small, consistent thing that we do gets us closer to that goal, right? And then, so it doesn't have to be a huge win, right?
1%.
Yeah.
Just do 1% of your goal every action 1% on your goals every day. You will see
huge snowball effect.
A lot. You will be you will be the next level in like in a year. 1% every day. You work on your plan. In 1 year, you will look back. You will be surprised.
Along the same lines is forget the failures and move on. Let it go. That was something that I used to dwell a lot. I spent a lot of time like going over the failures and things I hadn't done and feeling bad and stressed at the end of the day about what I hadn't accomplished, instead of being excited about the things that I have accomplished.
You know what? It's so true. You've been good at it.
Thank you for noticing.
I actually, so true. So true. How she's growing, right? But she's growing just in front of me, and sometimes there's little things like, now you say something, and now, it's true because you used to be freaking out what things that you didn't do yet after you'd already done 20 things.
Right.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah, it is tough, guys. And we human, we like to choose the wrong route all the time. All right. I mean, we do 20 things and we miss one thing, and that is one thing is gonna make us our life miserable the whole day because we missed that one thing, and we forget about the 20 things. But that is a simple thing to solve. That is the gratitude.
Yeah.
Right? Is the gratitude for you have to be grateful for everything that's happened to you in every second of your life. And when you do that, when you do that, when you be grateful for what you already accomplished just right now, just don't worry about the one you didn't make it yet, because everything has its own time. And no matter how much you plan for your future, you plan for this, you know, everything comes its own time. And we are not in control of our own time, actually. We have a time. We use our time. We use the time whatever we want with the time. We do use the time for have fun. We use the time to build something great. But the time actually is not our time.
I hear you.
Right? It's not our time because it can go like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh, and we wish to we hope to be something to make a difference in this world, but we have to every single moment in our life we have to be grateful.
My dad's favorite saying was, today's the first day of the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I always loved that. And it's like, you can start today. You can be totally different. And this is, just like New Year's, you can just have a new life today.
Mm-hmm.
Today's the first day. But then I also met another teacher last year, Todd, who said, what if today's the last day of your life? And so I actually think about that every day. Like, if I were to go today, would I be okay with it? Right? And living my life that way and making sure that people know that I loved them and making sure that like all my pieces are in order.
Mm-hmm.
So I like living both of those ways.
Yeah.
And then kind of just the last thing, I want to circle back to where we started. I know we've got some new people who've come in, which is, if your dream life, the life of your dreams, is on the other side of taking all this action, right? I know it's hard, but like, what holds us back can be all this stuff about self-discipline and distraction and all this stuff. But then also maybe it's because you're really, really not being honest with yourself about the vision. You're uncertain about the vision. And, I know Tovy and I do this too. And our vision's really, really clear. It's written up on the wall. And I still sometimes go into doubt about, are we really on the right track? Is this really what I want to do? And so coming back and talking to him about it and having him like ground me and, ask me questions is really, really valuable. And I want you to know that we're here for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not really clear or sure that you've got the right vision, or you're not really sure that your plan is going to get you there, that's what we're here for. We are about to zip over to the VIP room and meet with our mastermind, our VIP members in there. And we're going to be talking about everybody's vision, everybody's dreams, everybody's plans, and how people are going to put it into action.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just Tovy and I, it's a group of Awesome Life 101 members supporting one another. And when you're a VIP, you also get 4 one-on-one calls with us to talk about this kind of thing and, make sure that you feel solid, and wherever you're getting stuck, you've got someone there to help you up and over the obstacle, So if you're not a VIP yet, reach out to us. Let us know if you're interested. We'll help you get signed up. And otherwise, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, guys.
Thank you for being here on New Year's Eve. We love you. And we will see you in 2023.
Yay! That's awesome, right?
It's awesome.
2023 is gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best for everybody. Um, have your vision, all right, make a plan and put it to action. And remember, Awesome Life 101, that's why we create Awesome Life 101 to help you to take your plans to action.
Yeah.
All right. See you soon.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.